As most of you know, I'm not someone who runs away or backs down from a fight. So a state of media war now exists between me and the tin pot tyrant masquerading as the President of Nigeria. I will not rest until he is stripped from office, having fraudulently obtained it. I don't say that because he was a bagman for the mafia in Chicago, that necessarily disqualifies him as President of Nigeria. That's a matter for the Nigerian people, not for me. But when I discover, as I have discovered, that the documents he submitted were literally fraudulent, that he had no legal right even to be on the ballot, and that the ballot itself was rigged, then I have to stand with the people of Nigeria. There is, of course, the possibility, only a possibility, that the judiciary in Nigeria will do their duty, will refuse to tolerate this farce now that the evidence is in. It's not all in because the United States refuses to part with, for the time being, the documentation that would prove it beyond any possibility of contradiction. But the leaking of parts of that documentation and the securing of enough evidence already renders his presidency null and void. And that's why in Nigeria, and I hope to encourage everywhere in the world, the slogan, "All eyes on the judiciary," must now be raised by all those who wish the best for the people of Nigeria, for the people of Africa.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. George Galloway, former member of the British Parliament. This man was in the British Parliament for over 2 decades. This is an influential voice in the media landscape in the United Kingdom and around the world. This man, you heard him clearly. He said he will not rest until Bola Tinubu, the INEC declared president of Nigeria, is stripped of his position. He said he will not rest, and he meant it. So he will continue to pile pressure and to see that the right thing is done. And don't take his threat lightly, because like he said, he will not rest. Like I keep reminding people, George Galloway was one of the few people, white parliamentarians that stood against apartheid in the United Kingdom. He is an authority as far as the issue of international politics, British politics, and journalism is concerned. And he has a lot of followers around the world. And he has a lot of influence around the world. He said he will not rest until Tinubu is stripped of the presidency. And he was saying that the man got the presidency fraudulently. That's what he's alleging. Of course, we all know that his emergence as the president is being challenged in the courts by Peter Obi of the Labour Party and Atiku Abubakar of PDP. And all concluded that he was fraudulently made the president. That was why they are in court. And George Galloway is keen into that. And he has said that he has declared media war too against Bola Tinubu and his presidency. And you can see that right now, George Galloway is paying so much attention on Nigeria, especially on the Tinubu presidency. he is going to pile on pressure. He will continue to pile on pressure, rallying the world around to let them understand what is going on in Nigeria, to remind the whole world of what is going on in Nigeria. And he meant it. I have seen him over the years fought many battles. I have seen him fought so many battles, and he won many of them. He has taken on world leaders. Taking on Tinubu is not the first. Go and check his history. He has fought even the prime ministers of Britain. So now that he has declared war against Tinubu presidency, and that he will ensure that he's stripped of his powers, removed from office. Not that he said that there is enough evidence. According to me, he said there is enough evidence. And you can see he has also joined the campaign, the slogan, all eyes on the judiciary. Already you know that slogan has gained a lot of traction recently, a few days ago, when the federal government of Nigeria moved around and started pulling down the billboards, reminding the judiciary that all eyes are on them, that they should do the right thing, that they should deliver justice without fear or favor. That was what that billboard is all about. And they pulled it down. And you can see that George Galloway was saying that the president of Nigeria is a tyrant. Now, what does that exhibit? If you are running a country where people cannot put a billboard, that's a sign of tyranny. So you can't fault Galloway for calling him a tyrant, because that is an exhibition of it. It's an exhibition of it. You pull down an honest and innocent words that was to remind the judiciary to do their work. That billboard did not say that the judiciary should deliver judgment in favor of Peter Obi of Labour Party or Atiku Abubakar of the PDP. It just said, all eyes are on you to do the right thing, to deliver justice without fear or favor. So that when you deliver it, you that is the judge can, with good conscience, defend it. So that when we are reading how you came to your position, the whole world will know that you did the right thing. You follow the law. You follow the Constitution. You follow the Electoral Act. That you are not acting out of your own whims and caprices. That you are not trying to please anyone, but you are following the law. That you are not looking for technicalities. Instead, you are following the law to the letter. You are following the law and the Constitution. That's what those billboards were for. You pull them down. Why wouldn't Galloway call you a tyrant? Why wouldn't he say that Nigerian government is tyrannical? And now, look at it. The pulling down of that billboard has also done a lot for those who put it out. One, it has drawn international, national and international attention. I can tell you for free, before the pulling down of those billboards, there may be many people who have not even seen it across the country. But it's now all over the place. In the social media, on the streets, online and offline. Everywhere you go, people are now printing t-shirts on it. And you can see that Galloway has also keyed into it. You saw him now. He said it, that he is in support, that he's part of the campaign. He has joined the campaign, that all eyes on the judicial. All eyes on the judicial. He has joined the slogan. And he said that the whole world should join in it. The whole world should join the slogan. All eyes on the judicial in Nigeria. All eyes on the judicial in Nigeria. That the whole world should join. Anybody who wishes Nigeria well should join the slogan. Should spread the slogan. Be part of the slogan. If you're a friend of Nigeria, you wish Nigeria well. That's what he said. If you wish Nigeria well, if you wish Africa well, you have to join the slogan. All eyes on the judicial. George Galloway, he has taken that campaign to the international level. And he's not going to stop there. And it is important that people of his influence, people of his reach, are watching what is going on in Nigeria. And because even the judgment that the whole country, literally the whole world is waiting for from the Presidential Election Petition Court is just the first leg of it. Because all eyes will continue to be on the judiciary until the matter gets to the Supreme Court. So there's still a long way to go. There's still a long way to go. So for having someone like Galloway, with his sphere of influence, with his reach, with his personality, keen into this, is a win for those who came up with the idea of mounting those billboards. Because in pulling it down, the government thought it had won, but it lost. Because the international community has taken note. Because people like British Member of Parliament, former British Member of Parliament, George Galloway, has taken note. Because if you have nothing to hide, you wouldn't have put that thing down. Why do you have to pull it down? And he said a lot of important things there. He said there is enough evidence to strip the president of his position. But he said that the evidence are already before the court, but there more should have been made available. But for the stonewalling by the United States government that refused to release some of the evidence that are being looked for by the petitioners. Of course, it's a common knowledge that Atiku Abubakar had been making, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, had been making efforts for the United States government to release the certificate and other information about Alhaji Bola Tinubu's stay in the United States, especially in respect of his certificate at Chicago State University. So this man has taken up a fight. And that fight, he's not fighting it for his personal, it's not a personal fight for him. It's a fight for humanity. It's a fight for Africa to see that the right thing is done in Nigeria. So it is all kudos to George Galloway, because he could have used his time to do other things. Of course, there's a lot on his plate, but he chose to care about Nigeria. He chose to care about our country. He chose to care about Africa's most populous country. Nigeria should be grateful to him for taking this election petition matter, to the international stage. And he has promised that he will continue to put it in the front burner until justice is done. So it is a good development. And it should also worry those in government who think that they can do and undo. And it also should remind the justices that all eyes are on them. The whole world is watching them. Judge Galloway is watching them. His millions of followers and supporters are watching them. The whole world are watching the justices of our presidential petition court. Already you people are aware that some justices of Nigeria were barred from entering United States. I hope you are aware of this. Yes, it is true. Because of the kind of judgments some justices of our courts delivered, they were denied visa by the United States government to attend a program in the United States. But this should even be those, if there is a miscarriage of justice, I think the international community should do much more than just banning them from attending courses in the United States or getting United States visa. It should be much more than that. So it's a good development, to be frank, for the justices to know that the world is watching them. For them to know that the world is watching them. Perhaps that will make them to do justice to the matter before them. And nobody's asking them to favor anybody. What the people are saying, let there be no miscarriage of justice. Let there be no miscarriage of justice. Deliver judgment on this election petition based on the law, based on the evidence, based on the Constitution, without fear or favor, no matter whose ought is God. That is all that Nigerians are asking for. They are not asking for anything else more than this. What they are demanding for is not a rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's for you to follow the law. What did the law say? What did the law say about forfeiture? What did the law, how did Nigeria law define forfeiture? And what does it represent? Is it an evidence of crime or not? Nigerians want to know. Follow the law, follow the precedent, follow what judgments you have delivered before. Is it compulsory that for anyone to be declared the president of Nigeria, as written in section 134, subsection 2b, that for anyone to be declared the president or winner of presidential election in Nigeria, where two or more presidential candidates are involved? The law in section 134, subsection 2b, said that the person must have majority of the vote cast in the election, must have 25% of the vote cast in 2/3 of the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. And the Supreme Court has ruled before that "and" is conjunctive. Now, people expect that the judiciary should stand on what they have ruled before. It is for them to follow their law and the precedent. Let there be no deviation from what is forfeiture, as known by law in Nigeria. Let there be no departure from the "and" before the Federal Capital Territory. That is conjunctive. Let it be stand the way it is. Let there be no effort to use technicality to undermine the law, to undermine justice and fairness. That is what the people were asking for. What does the law say about forgery? If a candidate was found to have forged any of his documents, what did the law say? Already there are precedents a deputy gubernatorial candidate in Bayelsa State. Their election was annulled because he forged certificate. Is the application of forgery in his case going to be different from the alleged forgery that we are seeing in the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal? That is what Nigerians are demanding for. That is why those people that put those billboards were saying, all eyes are on judiciary to do the right thing, to follow the law, to follow the precedent, to follow the evidence. And Judge Galloway said he is part of it. And he has called and he's calling the international community to join the slogan, all eyes on the judiciary in Nigeria. I think Judge Galloway has shown that really we are all one in this world, that the world is indeed a global village, that what affects one affects the other. You can see the passion that Judge Galloway is pushing for Nigeria to be good. You have seen him say it several times, that Nigeria is the most important country in Africa. And the most important country in Africa should be able to get it right. The president of the most important country in Africa should be a president. When he talks, he has a moral authority. He has a legal authority. And he has the backing of the people. Right now, we can see that even our president, you can see the way he was treated by the military junta in Nigeria Republic. They didn't have much regard for what he had to say. They referenced his own emergence as president. You saw how the South Africans treated him. They didn't even have regard for his 7 days ultimatum given to the military junta in Nigeria Republic. South Africa led the African Union to a different direction because the South African president was also observant of the fact and noted, and it was all over the place, that the South Africans are also looking at his own emergence, saying his emergence was controversial. Therefore, he lacks the moral right to lead any charge against the junta in the Nigeria Republic. So that is why it is always good to get it right. And it is good that the international community are being galvanized, are being pushed to see what they can do to ensure that there is justice in Nigeria, to ensure that the right thing is done in Nigeria. And Judge Galloway is a man who I've seen him over the years, from Iranian television to the British television and everywhere, where he stands for the oppressed, where he stands for what is right. And he has committed to stand with the Nigerian people to see that justice is done in our electoral process. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. Thank you and God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you and God bless you and yours.